still tracking some isolated rain and thunderstorms north of Spokane. I'll tell you if they're going to stick around for the 4th of July holiday next.
And one city in Oregon is ditching the fireworks show this year, going with a safer alternative. It's a laser light show.
Yeah, we want to know what you think, so grab your phones and get ready to vote. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
Good to have you with us. I'm Jane McCarthy. We begin with some breaking news right now. Fire crews are working to put out this fire. It is burning in Oroville in Okanogan County. It's burned at least 200 acres now.
The fire grew about 10 times in size in just about an hour or so. Fire crews believe that fire was started by a tractor in a nearby field. So far, no structures have been damaged and no one is hurt.
Well, some local river rafting companies say the Spokane River is running low, and low water levels means a higher chance of getting stuck on the rocks.
KREM 2's Amanda Rowley went to find out if the current water flow is typical this time of year.
The Karki family is kicking off the holiday weekend with a family float down the Spokane River, even launching from the new ramp installed in Peaceful Valley.
We're enjoying the 4th of July with family that's up from Dallas, Texas.
They've been rafting on the river for 3 years now.
This is first time this summer.
In the past, they have come across areas that do get a bit shallow.
There was a few spots that were a little low and we had to lift our behinds kind of up.
Right now, water flow on the Spokane River does look pretty low. Some local rafting companies say they've noticed it too. Because the lower the flow, the higher the chance of getting stuck on rocks. The United States Geological Survey says during this time of the year, the Spokane River flows at a median of 3,500 CFS. It's currently measured at a little more than 2,300 CFS. Avista oversees dam operations on the river, and officials say the current rate is typical for the summer months. In fact, when it comes to enjoying recreational activities on the river, the Spokane River Forum says the stretch leading to TJ Minack can be enjoyed at 1,000 CFS and up.
Really fun.
So the current water flow is still high enough for a leisure float down the river, which is why the Karki family is prepared to hit the water and enjoy some quality family time.
We have fun, but we do it safely.
Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
It does look like fun right
Yeah,
now.
it does.
Showers and thunderstorms might be sticking around today, but we can expect dry skies for the 4th of July.
Meteorologist Tom Sherry in the Weather Center with more on that. Hi, Tom.
Yeah, here locally in Spokane and south of Spokane, mostly dry conditions expected for the 4th. But up around some of those northern lakes, Pend Oreille, Priest Lake, areas of northeastern Washington, I think we could see some showers at times on the 4th. But here locally in Spokane, we'll see temperatures climb up to about 79 degrees. We'll look for cloud cover to either be mostly or partly cloudy depending on the time of day. We have a slight chance of maybe a little light rain right around fireworks time, but again, that's just a slight chance of that happening here in Spokane. But if you're headed out camping in the mountains, be prepared. You might see a shower or some thunderstorms. We take a look at the current radar, and you can see we've got some showers and thunderstorms that are occurring right now across areas of north central and eastern Washington, as well as northern Idaho. Also out along the Spokane Valley, looks like maybe out towards Micah Peak and south of the Post Falls area. Looks like a little bit of rain occurring at this time. For the weekend, looks like it warms into the 80s. 83 on Saturday, 80 expected on Sunday, and we'll be talking about temperatures really warming up late next week. All the details of that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Tom. And if you plan to light your own fireworks on the 4th, we have a reminder. Amateur fireworks are illegal in Spokane and many surrounding areas. This includes Spokane Valley, Cheney, Millwood, and Liberty Lake.
If you are caught shooting off fireworks, you could get a hefty fine of $536. And if you happen to start a fire, you could be held liable if any property is damaged.
These laws have been in place for 27 years now. Fire crews say the ban has made a big difference. In the 10 years prior when fireworks were made illegal, so 10 years before that, firefighters responded to about 100 fires caused by fireworks. After the ban was put in place, that number dropped to just 5.
And if you live in North Idaho, there are specific rules you need to know about before buying any fireworks. When buying aerial fireworks, people have to sign waivers stating they will not set them off within the state of Idaho. The Idaho Bureau of Land Management considers all aerial fireworks as illegal. This includes bottle rockets and Roman candles. The penalty for using illegal fireworks comes with a hefty fine, and you will be on the hook for any damage that firework causes.
And if you're looking for ways to celebrate, there are a lot of events happening in downtown Spokane tomorrow. Riverfront Park will host its 4th of July Carnival. There will be a fireworks show, some live entertainment, carnival rides, and also a beer garden for adults. It's going on for 4 days, so if you can't get there during the work week, you can head over on the weekend.
And for the first time in 2 decades, Northern Quest is hosting a fireworks show. It's also hosting a bunch of activities for children. You can also head down to Coeur d'Alene for its all-day celebration. The city's 4th of July parade begins at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. There will also be live entertainment as well as a 2-hour boat cruise available. And if you plan to watch the fireworks show in Coeur d'Alene, be prepared to pay extra for parking. Parking prices at some popular parking lots will increase to $20. That may seem steep, but it's nothing new.
For the past 7 years, the Coeur d'Alene Chamber of Commerce has leased out lots from the city. The chamber says the extra money helps offset the cost of fireworks. Part of the money also goes back to the city's parking fund, so city leaders use that money to develop parks. Chamber members understand some people may not want to pay that parking fee. They point out that street parking will be free.
Good luck finding it. Well, with the cost of fireworks and the potential fire danger, one city in Oregon is going with an alternative to pyrotechnics this year.
Lake Oswego city leaders, they're putting on a laser light show tomorrow night. So we want to know what you think about this. Do you think it's a good alternative to the traditional fireworks shows? Hit the Vote Now tab on your KREM 2 app or go to krem.com/vote to share your thoughts.
All right, city leaders with Lake Oswego point to a few benefits of the laser show. The laser show can go beyond the sky. Crews are planning to use a fog machine, a giant screen, and even some trees as a backdrop for the show. It's also cleaner, safer, and less upsetting to pets and those dealing with PTSD.
One of the biggest impacts is we're not going to have the effect on animals, pets that people have. And then also there won't be debris. There won't be debris that falls out of the sky. There's not going to be the opportunity for burning cinders to catch things on fire.
Last year, the city of Lake Oswego put on a fireworks display, but that required an intense emergency operations plan. So because they're not using explosives this year, the plan won't be necessary. The big question is, will people go all in for this 4th of July alternative?
Honestly, lasers are cool. I love laser shows. Fireworks are cool too. They can be obnoxious, so I feel like it'd be cool, like change of pace.
I think it would be really cool. I'm a weenie, and so sometimes when the fireworks are going off and everything, sometimes it gets a little bit loud for me, and then I'm always thinking about like fire. So.
Well, if this year's laser light show goes well, the city is thinking about including drones as part of next year's display.
And we asked you if you think this is a good alternative to traditional fireworks, and it looks like 82% of you right now saying, yeah, it's cool.
What do you think?
I love it.
Like
I
the
mean,
idea?
it's just such an expense and a risk. Like, I love fireworks shows too, but in places where it's just too hazardous, then why risk it and do something cool like that?
Yeah, I kind of like the loud bangs that go along with the fireworks. That's cool, but I mean, we can't ignore the risks, right?
Right.
All right. Well, after years of growth, charitable giving is down. That's according to a new report by Giving USA.
The organization says changes to the tax law actually raised the standard deduction, and that might have taken away some incentive for people to give to charities. KREM 2's Tim Pham explains.
For the most part, people give to charitable organizations out of the goodness of their heart, but it seems the new tax laws are changing how generous some are willing to be. The team at the Inovia Foundation worked closely with more than 550 funds in eastern Washington and Idaho. The team serves as a bridge to connect donors to nonprofits and charitable organizations. This year, nonprofits across the country learned from a report by Giving USA that the new tax laws caused people to give less.
Overall, adjusted for inflation, charitable giving is down about 1.7% across the United States.
That might not sound like a lot, but that's more than $727 million. Foundations like Inovia say smaller nonprofits will take the biggest hit because much of the decrease comes from individual and smaller donors. Since the report was released, they worked with organizations to make plans to offset the losses and encourage more donors.
And maybe that might inspire additional generosity on their part if they begin to see, that there is potentially a downward trend here in overall giving to nonprofits.
There are ways to work around the changes. Inovia is helping donors create what are called donor-advised funds. This allows people to give a lump sum, claim it on 1 year, but then divvy the funds up over multiple years.
But for tax purposes, they can take the standard deduction in every other year except for that initial year when they set up the fund and make that big gift.
There are a lot of options and ways to support local charities. If you have questions about how the new tax laws impact your individual situation, you should contact an advisor or the Innovia Foundation. In the studio, I'm Tim Pham, KREM 2 News.